Mariah, what tools are most important in life?
It's a lot of tools, a lot of factors in having a sustainable, positive, healthy life. Your environment's really important, not just where you live and how that affects you as far as like if there's greenery or if you live in a desert or just snow and it's cold, the people you have around you, that matters. The food you put in your body, that's key. Obviously, not everybody's budget is, not everybody's able to just go buy organic, non-GMO foods all the time, but you'll notice if you do a detox, and I have an ebook talking about ways to like help with your mental health, and it's free.
What is the name of that?
It's free. You can get it on my website, ebook tab, so they can just click on it, and then there's all my ebooks, which I only have one right now, but
sounds good.
Just that one. So when you detox, your body takes 30 days to stop craving sugar. So if you're able to eat less food and less sugar or less processed foods within those 30 days.
Let's get your vehicles running better than brand new. Definitely subscribe right here and click this little notification bell, all notifications. You'll get a buzz on your phone when we do our next video.
You'll notice like you don't crave the ramen, you don't crave all those things as much, the chips, all that stuff slowly dies out because your body is like resetting itself. Food is like a key factor. Then I would say what you do as far as like exercise, and exercise doesn't have to be the gym, doesn't have to be like a gym membership. I know we were talking about that earlier. You can go outside, you can do yoga, you can stretch. And then I would say one other thing that is not talked about a lot, especially in the Western community, the breathwork is so important, but a lot of people don't understand it. They don't know how it works or how to do it. I think it's more important than yoga. I think breathwork and somatic healing are kind of on the same scale, but I've known people who have done breathwork who had really bad anger issues who have changed their ways. I encourage a lot of men to do breathwork because the person who I knew who did breathwork, he taught it. He coached a lot of men who came from like gangs and different environments where they probably needed to chill out.
Sure.
So now I pass that along to anybody who I know is in an industry or something that's more toxic, where their home is toxic or whatever, just so they can blow off steam in a healthy way. What tools do you feel are most important when it comes to cars as far as necessities? Like, what do you need most for a car?
Oh man, the number one tools for a car is just, if you're going to be maintaining your own car, it's going to be a basic, they call it a mechanic's tool kit, and you can get them at a lot of the major places like Harbor Freight, Craftsman, Blue Point, Snap-on is going to be your best tools. And basically this mechanic's tool kit, usually they're $100 to $200, and it's got all the tools. You can take off wheel, you can do your oil change on your oil pan, you can get a little oil filter wrench, which I recommend. That allows it so even if they over tightened your oil filter, you can get leverage on it, and it's like a claw, and that claw just undoes the oil filter. The rubber gloves, so you don't get any oil in your skin. Those are going to be your most important. If you're doing anything, spending a lot of time underneath the car, you could get safety glasses. But that's, most people that are on top of their car, they're doing it all the time and they have the tools. But if it's something you want to get into, I would always recommend someone to hang with a neighbor that's a car guy and let them show you one-on-one. And that way, if you make any small mistakes, you'll be caught beforehand before you do any damage to your car. And then you won't have any real anxiety working on your car after that, because when you do it with someone the first time, now the next time you do it by yourself, you already did it before. And now, so it's like, exactly what you're doing. And so those are the most important tools for anybody getting started. A basic mechanics toolkit, little oil filter wrench, rubber gloves, and do it with someone that's got experience. So
side note, not trying to single out the guys, but for girls, let's say I don't have family, or I'm alone and I moved far away, I don't know anybody, I don't have money, but I need an oil change and I'm gonna just have to figure it out myself. What are some tips or advice that you would give to the women who are like independent or that have to be independent?
Number one, if you're interested in potentially learning how to change your oil, I would find someone to do it with, like a mobile mechanic, and literally call them up and just say, hey, I'd love to learn how to change my oil. Is that something that one of your guys would be interested in? And they go, yeah, You know, it takes 2 seconds. You know, what type of car do you have? Yeah, we can send someone out in an hour.
Okay.
Watch him do it, and then have yourself do it, meaning he may want to do it all, but say, no, let me put the gloves on, let me do it.
Okay.
And then you physically do it and have him watch you and just make sure everything is tight and it looks good.
Okay.
And that way you've done it. Half the time, most people, they don't need a jack to jack up a vehicle because half the cars are high enough. If you have a low profile oil pan that fits underneath the car, and you can physically just get your arm underneath there to drain the oil, you actually don't even need to jack up like a SUV, like a little CRV, or like a little crossover car. Most of them, you don't even need a jack. That's the most dangerous thing, is jacking up a car. If it's a really low profile car and you're not using jack stands and you're being unsafe about it, you can really, you can kill yourself. But for the most part, if you have a truck or an SUV, don't need a jack. And then if you do want to get a jack, you learn from the mechanic on where the jacking points are in your car.
Okay.
And then, which you can look that up all on YouTube, but you can also just have someone that's a professional show you.
Right. Safety concerns.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would be top 3 most important life tools that you can use to having a better life?
Tools. Top 3. I would say I focus on mind, body, and soul. You have to get all 3 correct in order to, I guess, reach enlightenment, if you will say.
All right.
So to incorporate happiness throughout your entire life, you have to include all 3. So I would say your mind being, get your mental health right, make sure that you're feeding your mind the same way you would feed your body. Same thing with your body, exercising. But with your soul, that comes to kind of, some people call it shadow work. It's really just going in deep within yourself and going into the childhood traumas, the things that as an adult that you struggle with, they all stem from us as a child, whether they came from our parents or somewhere else. So if we can work on those things, our soul eventually works itself out. And what I noticed from my own personal experience is when I worked out a lot of stuff from my soul as a kid, a lot of the rest of my, mental health issues went away. They were never really, mental health issues. It's just I had soul issues that needed to be worked on. So,
I like it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great info.
Yeah.
Never even thought about it like that. That's good. Let's get your vehicles running better than brand new. Subscribe right here and click the notification bell, all notifications. Check out this video right here, Between the Mind and the Engine.